We are live.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hi
Welcome back
guys.
after the international break. And this is a. Wait a second. I think I'm
Third.
getting some noises. Yeah, I was getting some noises from the back. I started a video, but welcome back after the international break. And how have your game week so far been? Okay.
So far, it has been pretty pathetic, and one of the reasons for it was basically I didn't set up my team properly. uh, at like a Friday was pretty busy for me, so I left.
So, Tanu, take it away.
So yes, for this week I did not do any transfer, but last week I took a wild card and I took a very brave decision of getting rid of Haaland. However, stupid that may sound, that has still for these 2 game weeks that has paid off well.
Hmm.
And so my decision for going Haalandless was, you guys know that I am a big fan of Barcelona and total football in general. So I've had the fortune of reading the autobiographies of Cruyff, Gullit, Iniesta, some about Pep as well. So there is one term that always comes up in total football, and that is called numerical superiority. And in today's football, I think everyone, even if you are trying to counter total football, you will have to play total football, which means that if one position, initially, every position was fixed, that a defender was meant to only defend and a midfielder would only pass and create, and a score, an attacker would then either assist or shoot. But that changed when total football came in. So when I sort of, it hit me that if I get rid of a 14 million player in my team, that can that can let me have at least three more players who I can never have if I'm going with Haaland, who is Trippier, Salah, who had amazing fixtures and he was looking in good form, and then Son as well. And on top of that, I could still afford Alvarez as well. So what would Haaland get in each week that these four together can't? Was my question. So that's where the numerical superiority part came in, and I thought that I think there would I did not get rid of Salah, Haaland, knowing that he would not score or he's out of form. I know Haaland, being Haaland, would punish me in a few game weeks for sure, but I am going with a numerical advantage over him, that I have at least four players to cover for him. If not the total points, I can at least get close to him. So that was my first point of getting rid of Holland. Second was, since I was the first guy to take wild card, and knowing you guys, you assholes would copy my team if you guys are saving the wild card, which you were. And I wanted to have be at a point that even if you were trying to take inspiration from my team, you would have to be really really brave or get rid of Haaland. And and if you're not getting rid of Haaland, then you would not be able to copy my team, because you'll not be able to have Trippier, you'll not be able to have Salah, or you would only have either one of them. So that those were my two main foundations of getting rid of Haaland. So far,
Hmm.
so good. Let's see how it fares. But yeah, so I have scored 80 points till now this week.
Like time left to make a wild card, so probably I'll not do it, and this and that he was giving. And next day, yeah,
Yes. And on top of that, on the next morning, me and Abhay were traveling to York as well. So
okay,
I think I stayed until 3 o'clock in AS to get this team ready.
good,
But
good
yeah,
job.
I'm happy. Yeah, it's brave, but I'm happy. And what's FPL without fun, right? So
Of course, it's the fun. Anyway, yeah. So Abhay, walk us through your plans for coming game week. What is your thought process behind couple of position if you're trying to change, or if you're thinking a chip? Which players are you targeting to get out of that or get in that?
Sure. Atanu, can you please share my team?
yeah, sure.
So transfer strategy wise, I think it's like wildcard for me. I need to basically rethink. Um, there things like which are forcing me to take a wildcard is like Salah is backfiring a lot. Need to put out this fire of uh, Salah, all the people getting rank gains on me. So I'll not just have to copy your team, Matano. I'll need to make it better for me. And let's see. To be honest, I haven't really given a thought what I'll be doing some transfer, but maybe before our next catch up, before our early game week catch up, I'll have something to share on that. So
Hmm.
over to you, Abhishek.
Yeah. So again, same thing for me. I'm also planning wildcard, but I don't know which players I exactly want. I did some tinkering again. Of course, this is the question: how do you manage Haaland, Salah, Son, and all the other, not regular costly, but bit extra costly, like Watkins and your
Trippier.
Trippier. Yes. So how will you manage all this? So this is a big question, and this is the challenge. And Sara prices rising up is not going to help us anyway. So yeah, let's see. Maybe not so keen on Haaland, but again, I'll probably again by the time next time we'll catch up, I'll have something ready as well, so that we can go over through that. Yeah.
So do you want to like go through the fixtures and the results, what happened this week so far? We already have, I think, one game left to go. Tottenham
Yeah.
versus Fulham.
Yeah, I'm at like 49 points. Very bad rank drop. Crashed from all the sides, all the leagues. I'm dropping my. I'm in a free fall. So pretty much in a free fall. So yeah. Apart from that, so I think your point was if we want to do the prediction rating. That was your point. The how
Ah,
do we do on prediction, or
uh,
what was the question?
I, I, w- I meant like, do you want to go through all the results for the game week 9 and just see any surprises over there or anything interesting? One interesting thing which happened in Manchester United game was like Harry Maguire was one of the match. And I'm not sure if any of you guys have been following Scott McTominay, but he has continued his prolific form, again scoring for Manchester United. Nice to see that.
Hmm. Cool. Yeah.
And did any of you see the Chelsea versus Arsenal game?
Trying to cross, and he didn't even know that it will go in the back of the net. But
Exactly. So
Mudrik has been playing really good. Good. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, he's a good
Poch-
player.
mm,
Definitely.
Pochettino had some very good words about him, I think, in a press conference recently.
yeah.
Hmm.
When you
Yeah.
trust a player, he will start to show that trust in the field, something like that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was very nice, heartwarming thing to see.
Mm.
Hmm.
But at least
Um,
Onana is not alone. He'll not walk alone.
Onana, yeah, he'll have so many fans to walk with him alone. Yeah.
What do you think of the only fixture left of this game week? Spurs versus Fulham.
Oh, prediction time. Tottenham should win.
Of course.
Udogi should
Fulham is one
score.
of
Son should score. Madison should score a couple.
Hmm.
yes. I'm hoping that too.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they will score probably, but this guy, Udogi, he didn't really give good return so far, right? Only one match he had given one good return, 12. And
Mm,
apart from that, he had two assists, right? Two clean sheets. No, three clean sheets actually. In 8 game weeks. Yeah, not bad for a 4.5. And with
yeah.
some attacking returns as well. Okay.
Plus he passes the eye test beautifully. I mean, he gets into the attacking zone.
Hmm.
Is very threat creating. So
Hmm.
I like him a lot.
Yeah. I somehow felt in that Chelsea Arsenal game, coming back to that point again, that somehow Arsenal was resigned to lose that game, and Chelsea was somehow just winning every kind of battle on the midfield battle, if you like, or one-on-one battles, or if you look 2v1, some kind of battles. Those battles all Chelsea was winning, and look, Arsenal look resigned that okay, settle 70 something minutes. When I was watching, because I was watching part bits and pieces. I kept on. So when I was watching at 70 minutes, I saw that this guy. They literally had nothing on goal. This is the first time a Sanchez made a mistake, and this guy Rice, he scored out of nowhere against the run of play, against everything. And then I thought, okay, 2-1. Probably then Arsenal feels like Arsenal will score one more and get a this draw. It felt like at that moment that it will most likely be a draw and not a win for anyone. The way, but Arsenal didn't put any good performance in that match. I don't feel they were like any better than Chelsea.
I was very surprised to see that. Like Arsenal is such a form. They played super well against Manchester City, I think,
Hmm.
and hammered Manchester United completely. Declan Rice scoring the winner in the 90 plus, and like you're struggling against Chelsea. That like sums up what Arsenal had been last season. You remember, like we were hoping that Arsenal would like clinch the title, they would like dethrone Manchester City, and then they just completely bottled up in the second part of the season.
Hmm. Now they are bottling in the first part of the season. If you ask me. So that fans don't get so much aggravated. Anyway,
Did you see the Merseyside derby, Abhishek and Nathan?
yeah, I did,
So,
but hmm,
don't you feel Ashley Young's second yellow was a bit harsh?
no, both were bookable
Seriously.
offense individually.
Like, but for the second one, don't you think like it was like the referee could have like given send like let him off with a warning with like next foul leading to a yellow
So
card? But I think
what was the foul? I forgot. Uh,
I think
Ashley Young had
Ashley
a
Young
foul on
had brought down
Diaz, Luis Diaz. Yeah,
Luis Diaz.
yeah. I thought both are bookable offense, personally, and I also felt Konate would have also got second yellow, but Liverpool were lucky not to get that. So he right away Klopp changed him, substituted him with the Matip. So just very lucky that he did not get the second yellow. But pretty much if he had got the second yellow, then I would have said oh because Young got, so this guy is also fine that way.
Yeah.
Hmm. But match was a dead rubber in the sense that there was not too many creativity going on. There's not too much, end-to-end stuff. So looked like Liverpool didn't have the final pass correct in that match most of the times. So that's why last three passes or last two passes, or final pass was not working out for them. Before that, they were like very good defensively. Liverpool didn't concede after a long time, even though this is against Sean Dyche team who just knows how to play long ball all the time, and just create something out of nothing. And Liverpool handled that well. So I felt that's why Everton has made only 112 passes, which is the fewest in the Premier League era match.
Seriously, didn't know that.
Mhm. Yeah, they have only made 112 passes in the match, which is fewest in the Premier League era for any match. And why? Because every time they get a ball, they'll do a long ball. And Van Dijk or Konate, someone is there, they're tall enough to head the ball down and win the possession back. So they don't want to keep the possession with them for anything apart from they'll give it a long ball to Declan Rice, DCL, and this guy will somehow bring the ball down and win the ball higher up and just score from somewhere, something like some shot he will take or something like that.
As Atanu, what does Total Football say about 112 passes in the game?
He stands to made every match.
That's not total football. That's stupid football. I think Barcelona's record is somewhere around 800 or close to 1,000 in a match, which is a record of total number of
Hmm.
passes.
Wow.
So yeah, compared to that, I think that is very, very low. I wouldn't want to watch such a match. But I was following the match on Footma because I was out that day. But I think I got really lucky with Salah captain because till 70th minute I think there was no score and then the penalty was scored. So I think I
Yeah,
got lucky with 2 goals.
Sara
So
did not have a good game
but
yesterday. Still, he
mhm.
somehow gave 2 goals, which is something to be considered going forward. It's like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
but Pickford and clean sheet I don't think go together. So
yeah.
Yeah, goalkeepers, so we know. Uh,
Finally, luck
yeah.
turning my way.
Hmm.
yeah,
Luck turning away from away and coming to me. Hmm?
Yeah.
Away is saying
You
not for
had.
long in mind. I can see that on his face.
I need to
Wow.
stop watching stop watching cricket lesson now. Focus back on the football.
Yeah. Hmm. Anyway.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
eh, I think one of the other things which I had in my agenda was discussion about sweeper keepers. But if you guys feel like that's a point for some other day, as you're already a little late in the night, so we
So
can
what's a
have that
sweeper
in a.
keeper?
So it's someone like Ederson or Atanu would. I think Atanu would be like in a lot better way, it's like in a, how he understands total football, so he can like explain it way beautifully than me.
The
But it's like a keeper who is someone like you see profile like Manuel Neuer, who comes out like a lot ahead of his D, where the goalkeepers are, and they like sort of play as an extra defender, try
got the
to
point.
control the
Hmm.
ball with the feet and try to like orchestrate things, stuff like
Basically,
that.
goalkeeper being a part of possession football. Uh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you have then, I think a lot of these managers like Arteta and everyone, they when they like came to their clubs, they wanted to like get away with the like the traditional keeper which they had and come and like try to play with sweeper keeper or like a goalkeeper who plays better on his feet, try to build like the game from the back. So you have some beautiful players who like play beautifully, like Ederson, who is really good at passing. Allison is also pretty good. Then you have Ter Stegen, Manuel Neuer. Then on the other side, you have incidents like what happened with David Raya, what keeps on happening with Onana once he joined Manchester United. So just want to like see what your opinions are on these on this.
Hmm.
Tanu?
So,
Um. So I've been following Barcelona for like 14, 15 years, and I ha- the initial goalkeeper that I saw was Victor Valdez, who was a La Masia kid, and he grew up with the entire team he played with, basically Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, Messi. Everyone was a part of the same La Masia team that he played in the academy, and then they became a part of the first team. So the chemistry there was so good that Valdez could pass to anyone with his eyes closed, because I think for sweeper keeper, or for a football, for a keeper who is playing the possession based football, he should be aware of where his teammates are, and similarly his teammates should be aware of where his goalkeeper would be in each instance. So um, if you just take any clip from Barcelona, and I'm saying Barcelona because that's the most amount of games I've seen in football. So whenever a defender passes to the keeper, he would then go and take his natural position, because the goalkeeper already knows where, if I am anyway attacked, at least I know that one player who has just passed to me would make himself free so that I can pass it to him. So um that passing wise, the chemistry should be good, which I think is sometime off when new managers are coming in and they're trying to fit a new goalkeeper into a totally different team. I mean, the team might not be used to a super keeper, or they might be used to a short stopper who is just passing long ball, or who's comfortable in passing long and not playing short. So that might one of the reason. But the mistakes that are happening mostly are goalkeeping mistakes, that like we have seen a few from Onana, ball passing between his legs. I mean, the goalkeeper has to. The basic is still goalkeeping, right? I mean, he has to stop the shots as well, then become the 11th player of the team. So my opinion is, I mean, the ones that I have seen in my team that I follow are, they are amazing goalkeepers first, and then they add up as an extra player for the team, which is always helpful. So yeah.
Exactly. Very well put by Tanu.
Yeah.
I also feel that sweeper keepers are see, this possession based football is a model day football that people like fans are adhering to. So managers, so that's why clubs have to buy such managers who can play this kind of football very comfortably. So of course, when you're playing this kind of football, you need to have a keeper who can play with the team. If they have to pass the ball back to the keeper, he can come up the pitch and receive the ball, and he can still make long crosses, and he can still ping the ball 35 yards wherever. And every year, I know before this current season, I know every season Allison had either one goal or assist every season. Okay, every assist, because he has mostly assisted Salah. You know that long ball directly to Salah, and Salah will run away and score. And we won that match against Man City. So you can see the imagine the importance of such a keeper who can do these things. Apart, but these things are good to have. They are luxury, but they are not the basics. Basics are still your good goalkeeping, fundamentals, keeping good shot stopping ability, and good positioning yourself probably between where you need to be between the two sticks. So these things I feel. And now what we are discussing right now, why we are discussing this, why we are seeing the examples of Onana, David Raya, and all of these guys. Onana is a case of confidence. The team doesn't have confidence, that club doesn't have much confidence, and that's why the player also doesn't have much confidence. He's newly bought into this club. And so that's why let's keep him aside. I think once he'll gain his confidence, a lot of these mistakes will come down. But not all of it will go down, because I have another theory about Onana a little bit, but that is for some time later. But when talking about Allison, Ederson, why these keepers have stuck around so much, and why these teams have been so successful, just because they had a keeper like this. Manuel Neuer, like every big team, you will see every great team. They will always, at least like in the modern era, I'm talking about, post 2012, I can say, the all the big good teams, they have a very good super keepers, and they know how to play with the team. I was reading this the other day that David Raya was coming up to play the ball, and fans were like amused, like why he's doing that. And then they read somewhere that basically it's a, what you're saying, Tanu, is it's a numerical advantage. You want to create a numerical advantage. You want to overload one position so much so that the other position becomes weak, and then you take a numerical advantage in that position and you score a goal from there. It's like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
So so if you have a keeper who can play this possession balls football, and you can come up the pitch, receive a pass ball, so it's like having this 11th guy against these 10 guys. right? And then that creates a numerical advantage one way or another. So of course, every this kind of advantage, every possession based manager would want to have, and I see them they only growing in confidence going forward. But yeah, there is definitely mistakes in there because it's high risk, high reward kind of a situation. And but yeah, the more but we'll keep on seeing these guys and coming up and more like Brighton also plays possession based football. They also had a very good keeper who went away, and then again they replaced him with a decent guy. Steele, it was not bad with his feet. So yeah.
And with Anana, I think the shoes he's trying to fit in is really huge. Dia was a club legend, and
Hmm.
to fill his shoes, it's going to take some time at least. Yeah.
The See, De Gea to Unana is not a bad transfer, but the timing of the transfer is very bad. That is why it is making this look like a very bad transfer. But
Yeah.
De Gea had this happen 2 seasons back. Okay, then everything should have been fine. It's just that it happened when De Gea was top of his power. He just won a Golden Boot, Golden Glove
Love.
award, and then he also finished with a trophy, and he finished second. Oh, sorry, third. So pretty much in his first season with the new manager, he's doing so many things. Now you're replacing that guy, so automatically your benchmark is set, right? Your benchmark is set that this guy needs to come in. At the worst, he should be winning us a trophy. At the worst, he should be giving us 12 clean sheets a season. At the worst, he should be giving us, these many saves or whatever. And but situation has completely changed regarding the players and everything. So that's why Manchester United's success of last season, where Liverpool and Chelsea, these clubs were falling off, itself is its own detrimental, is working in its detriment effect against Manchester United in this season, because they are themselves like last season they were Manchester United, but it's just that the other teams are better, so they are not feeling that. They are feeling the heat of the
Is
competition
Chelsea better
points.
now? Are you saying it's Chelsea better now?
Well, from last season,
Yes.
pretty much the same, pretty much the same. But Aston Villa is pretty much the same from last season. They picked up form. Brighton is, dangling around, but we know they are a good team and they are capable of improving their performances against big teams. West Ham has improved a lot. They can get a decent draw against other teams. Which other team? Newcastle, and we know how Newcastle is doing. So keeping the current crop of top six and adding these four teams extra, these are top 10 teams. Okay, and you need to find anyway. It's very difficult to find top five position because now we have five position of Champions League. But uh, just these top 10 positions are difficult for any other new club to break into these positions. It's going to be very difficult. I don't see any Crystal Palace or any other team breaking into the top 10 apart from these 10 teams that are.
Also, I've seen like a lot of the times whenever a new manager walks into the club, there is some sort of a halo effect where there's a huge surge of positive energy and momentum going for the club, and the club wins like everything. It's just when that halo sort of brightens down a little, that's when the real managers shine. So I think uh, ETH is currently at that moment where that halo is suddenly switching off a little, and he has to now find the chemistry within the team and make the team work. So yeah, let's see how that goes. But he is a
Hmm.
fantastic manager.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a good manager. He's a good manager. He's a great manager. We'll know for once he'll win Manchester United big trophies. But
But if yeah, exactly. If he's a good fit for Manchester City, United or not, that we'll have to see. It's
that we'll have to see.
playing possession. I've said this to Abhay as well, that playing possession based football at United is like playing tiki taka at Real Madrid. So it's almost
Hmm.
similar. You're
Hmm.
changing the entire philosophy of the club, and that's going to come at a cost.
Hmm. I mean, I agree it's going to take time, but it should not take this much time. So last season again, this guy ETH, played mostly counter attack footballs against the big teams. They got a result against Liverpool, they got a result against, I don't know, City also or something. But they were playing counter attack football because he doesn't have his own players. He didn't have his own players. Now this season he has own players and he's trying to do something new. He's trying to play possession based football, the kind of football he knows, but he doesn't. Again, his players are not helping him with that. He's not able to get that kind of support, and he needs to show some result. He just cannot try something new and cannot come back with nothing. So yeah, he will come good, but will this season be good or not? And he will survive that bad phase. Then that is the only real question that comes with these managers.
I think, to be honest, he needs to be given time. Just, I
Hmm.
believe like time needed to even be given to David Moyes, who was sacked after 8 months, 10 years back. So
Hmm.
even Ferguson would, in the modern era, he wouldn't last 2 seasons in Manchester United with the
Yeah.
kind of cutthroat it has become. And apart from, there have been like a lot of turmoil as well. Like there was like a lot of rumors and discussions around club being sold off to either Ineos Group or either the Qataris, and
Qataris are
that
out. I'm happy.
yeah, and that took like it took like more than 6 to 8 months, a lot of deadlines and everything saying that yeah, Qataris are not going to get into the club. They are going to like, I think they had like a very good offer, 6.5
Hmm.
billion for Manchester United with 1.5 billion further for development of stadium, some funds for the Manchester City as well, training academies, club, player, lot of
Yeah.
good plan. And what happened at the end was like Ineos Group got just 25% stake of Manchester with Sir, I think Jim. He's now going with 25% shares. It's said that he'll make footballing decisions with Glazers having 75% of shares. So I think they have made the situation from bad to worse. Like now, I don't think there would be any accountability, a lot of heads going in, and I think they have made a footballing committee, which is now
Hmm.
headed by a person who manages cycling, Glazers, and someone from Ineos Group. So it's, to be honest, a very good time for Liverpool and Manchester City fans, as I don't see any good coming out of this.
Too many cooks spoil the broth.
Yeah, long may it continue. But yeah, so yeah, do we have any other topics apart from these to cover today?
No,
Anything coming
I
out of your top of your mind? Yeah.
no, I think we're done for today, and we've had a good discussion today.
Yeah.
And
Uh, and sorry for all our viewers, which we know that are not that many. uh, Sorry, we could only cover the FPL section today, not too much of general football because we were a bit late on this call with planning and scheduling. But we'll try to be more consistent with the show.
yeah,
But thank you so much for supporting us.
thanks everyone.
Thank
Cheers.
Yeah.
you. Bye bye.
All right. Then we are signing out. Okay. Take care, guys. Bye. Good night. We'll talk to you
Bye.
guys soon. Bye.
Bye.